Welcome to STH English. What a match. What a great game. I might sound strange saying these things, but if you were to detach this cricket final from the previous hangover of acrimony and conflict and controversy that surrounded this entire game, you would have to put it down as one of the best matches that anybody would have witnessed. Numbers are astounding. Nearly 500 million people watched it. Over 200 to 300 cinema houses all across India and Pakistan telecast this or broadcast this match. And people were literally riveted to the screen till the final over. Of course, as things go, somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. India won and they played fantastic cricket throughout the tournament. They were more than extraordinary. Their team was a cohesive unit and they showed in every respect, bowling and batting particularly, that they were a superior side and they won the match. Pakistan gave the best battle yet in the tournament and made a great match out of something which looked like a cakewalk for the Indians. But we made a match out of it. Now, these things would sound so great and uplifting if these were normal circumstances. But as I say these things, probably you would find my narrative to be so out of sync with reality. And I can now criticize my own narrative because it's not about the spirit of the game anymore. It is not about the kind of match we saw. It's not about how everybody was trying to play their hearts out in the match. And nobody wanted to lose this match. And Indians were worried and the Pakistanis were worried. It is really not about that great competition that elevates human excellence in a physical sense to the next level. It is only about who's going to win and what will that team do after winning the match, and who will lose and what will happen to the team and the country that will lose the match. And lo and behold, we expected this to happen. The hangover of the tournament, in fact, the hangover of the war between India and Pakistan overshadowed a great game. And in the end, the Indian team decided not to take the winning trophy from the president of the body, which happens to be the Interior Minister of Pakistan, Mohsen Naqvi. And this drama, this theatre lingered down deep into the night. In the end, they had to call it off, saying that the closing ceremony has to be without the giving away of the trophy, and the Indian players did whatever they did. The endorsement that the Indian team's behavior got from no less than the Prime Minister himself tells you where is it coming from. Initially, it came from the top towards the bottom because the Indian Prime Minister and his close associates wanted to convert cricket into a way of fighting Pakistan, another type of a battle, another type of a war, and they did succeed in doing that. And once they had converted their team like puppets on strings, puppeteering them through social media, through encouragements that they heard, endorsements that they got from political associates and leaders and journalists and media persons and commentators. So once that culture was adopted, it was only a matter of time before the Indian team really caught on to this culture of jingoism and started to do whatever their Prime Minister wanted them to do. So they spoke like the spokespersons for the armed forces, they spoke like the spokespersons for the Minister of External Affairs, and they were diplomats who were trying to fly at the throat of the Pakistanis at the first sight of a green and white flag. That tells you about where the game is going. As far as Pakistan is concerned, cricket is over. Not in the sense that we will not play them. Of course, the Pakistani female cricket team is going to be hosted by India. Quite ironical as I speak and I say these words. I feel actually disconnected from the main themes and the main reality out there. Pakistani team hosted by the Indians looks like really an oxymoron, but this is how it's going to be. So Pakistani team is going there, the female team, and I really do not know what sort of hosting the Indians will do considering their recent conduct. But the game is going to go on, but it no longer is the kind of game that we wanted it to be, that we expected it to be, that we hope it will be. The competition is tough. that goes without saying. But that competition is not a sporting competition. It is a competition to let the other side eat mud, drag them over the coals, insult them, and insult the entire system if it is required, only to achieve that goal of pinning your enemy down. It no longer is a healthy competition. It has become very, very toxic. For Pakistan, the options are limited. We will have to decide sooner or later, sooner rather than later now, whether we want to continue at this pace of engagement with the Indians. You don't expect them to change their behavior, because that behavior has spread all across India. You only have to watch the kind of commentary that was accompanying the match to know what I'm talking about, and you only have to now look at the kind of statements that are coming out of the Indian decision makers to know what future holds. So this game is over as we knew it. A new game has started. Are we going to continue to pretend that we are playing cricket? We are not playing cricket. Are we going to continue to pretend that the system holds good as it used to hold good? No, we can't continue to pretend that way. Are we going to continue to live in that grey zone that maybe India means it, maybe India doesn't mean it? We can no longer afford to be in that grey zone. Through this Champions Trophy, through the conduct of their players, through the way the players' misconduct got endorsement from the system, and through the way their entire leadership and their commentators and their viewers endorse them, it is still very, very clear that the Indians mean what they say, and they say what they mean. What they're saying is that this is not cricket anymore, this is war. And they mean what they say. They actually are fighting it like a war. There's a lot of propaganda, there's a lot of pushing and shoving, and there's a lot of thumping of the nose at the other person. There's a lot of effort to run the other person down. That's what happens in the war. And then lifting their arms in gratitude to the heavens, saying that we have conquered another milestone, and we have conquered the enemy yet all over again. That's the kind of environment in which you are living in. So Pakistan doesn't really have an option, and we know that Pakistan doesn't have an option. Pakistan does tend to choose the right kind of options. So sooner or later, as I said, sooner rather than later, we will have to decide what to do with the Indians. Should we continue to play them? And if we must play them, and if it is a war-like situation, which it is, then should we play them as if it's sports? If it is not sports, then if it is war, then should we not be fighting this war, deploying our best resources in every field? I think that's the kind of cut and dried situation that the Indian team has created for Pakistan. Let's see how Pakistan responds to this. But for now, Indians are wallowing in their glory. And we have some serious questions to answer. And this doesn't relate to the outcome of the match. I mean, two teams will fight, and one will lose and one will win. It has got a lot to do with the culture that has been brought out through these matches. And these questions center on how to deal with that culture of permanent animosity that India continues to exhibit. This is not cricket anymore. This is war. If it is war, let's fight it like a war.